A sermon for Feast of Christ the King 2024. We have a letter here from the bishops about assisted dying. As Catholic bishops in England and Wales, we believe that genuine compassion is under threat because the attempts in Parliament to legalise assisted suicide. Compassion means to enter into and share the suffering of another person. It means never giving up on anyone or abandoning them. It means loving them to their natural end of their life, even if and when they struggle to find meaning and purpose. Compassion means accompanying people, especially during sickness, disability and old age. This kind of genuine compassion is witnessed through the care and respect we show to people with terminal illness as they complete their journey in this life. We appeal to those who share our Catholic belief in human dignity and sanctity of life, including fellow Christians, to join with us in defending the weakest, most vulnerable, who are at risk through this proposed legislation. Life is a gift to be protected, especially when threatened by sickness and death. Palliative care, with expert pain relief and good human, spiritual and pastoral support, is the right and best way to care for people towards the end of life. More adequate funding and resources for hospices and palliative care teams authentically serve and honour our shared human dignity. In the discussion around assisted suicide, so much is made of freedom of choice and autonomy. But autonomy is not absolute, it's always placed within the context of the common good of society. People who are suffering need to know they are loved and valued. They need compassionate care, not assistance, to end their lives. Assisted suicide raises serious issues of principle. The time given for Parliament to consider its terminally ill adults bill, which will permit assisted suicide, is woefully inadequate. Although the bill indicates safeguards will be in place, the experience of other countries where assisted suicide has been introduced shows that such promised safeguards are soon forgotten. In Belgium, the Netherlands, Canada and parts of the USA, the criteria for assisted suicide have been expanded significantly in law or practice, often to include people with mental illness and others who have no terminal diagnosis. It's not always easy to predict the length of time a person with a terminal illness has to live. We are alarmed by the impact that legislation will have on the most vulnerable members of our society. The option to end life can quickly be experienced as a duty to die. Some may well feel their continued existence is a burden to others, and others implicitly be pressured into assisted suicide. This includes people who are elderly, infirm, and living with disabilities. The protection of such people is the foundation of civilised society. We are also concerned that the bill will fundamentally damage the relationship between medical practitioners and their patients. It will potentially lead to pressure on medical staff to recommend or facilitate such procedures. Will the right to conscientious objection for individuals and institutions be guaranteed? The impact on hospices, care homes and those who work in social and community care cannot be underestimated. We urge all peoples of goodwill to oppose this legislation and instead advocate for better funded palliative care. Please inform others about this issue and contact your Member of Parliament to make your opposition known, asking him or her to oppose or not support the bill.